Hello, my name is Wayne. I go by Cal Blacksmith on the internet boards. I'm on blacksmithing sites, coffee sites, and most recently on woodworking sites. And this video is being made for those members of the Wood Talk Online forum. They asked to see a video of my shop, so without further ado then, I guess we'll do that. I'm going to start up here and give you an overview from the mezzanine. And this is my personal shop. My house is just outside the door and to the right as you'll be looking out the main door. So here we go. Okay, now this is up in the mezzanine. This was supposed to be my rest and relaxation area. Kind of turned into a storage area for stereo equipment, desks, and furniture, and whatnot that you don't want to store anywhere else. They're not perfectly stored out here. There is a lot of dust and stuff, but it's better than nothing. So okay, that's up on the mezzanine. Now I'm going to continue back to my left, facing back to the front door. That's some pallet racking that's got some stuff on it. Looking right out the front, that's my grinding station. Some stuff piled up. That's my 5x4 tables. There's two 5x4 steel tables. They bolt together. They can make a 10x4 table. And let's see, right there we've got some arc welding equipment, some gas cutting equipment, some miscellaneous stuff. There's my metal cutting bandsaw, my platen table. Back in the corner is a sandblast cabinet, the obligatory pickup truck outside, the bobcat for maneuvering heavier pieces of material. There's a chunk of pipe that's going to turn into a barbecue one of these days. My material rack had to move outside because when I moved all the woodworking stuff in, there wasn't room for it anymore, so I'm going to have to find something else to do there. That's the blacksmithing section down there. That's a power hammer, treadle hammer, computer controlled furnace, flywheel, fly press, my forges and stuff like that. Then for you woodworkers, then we're coming back in here. That's the one of the lathes. There's another lathe right over there to the left. My rolling table is almost exactly the perfect height to be an outfeed table. There's the Powermatic 66. You can tell by the color it's pretty old, but she still works. Radial arm saw, band saw, mortiser. What else is down here? A little, not jigsaw, but a little saw there. I've got shop heater there, and that's one of the TVs that we use for my blacksmithing events, where we use closed circuit television and we broadcast to the audience so they have a better seat. Well, let's get down off of the mezzanine here and we'll take a closer look at some of this gear. Okay, we're down on the ground floor now. These are the stairs that we just came back down. Goes up to the top to the mezzanine. This is my wood stash, such as it is. There's plywood and there's some walnut there. There's some hard maple. And the assorted, well, there's beech in the back. That's some 8/4 and 12/4 beech in the back there, and some OSB and miscellaneous stuff. Some more flooring for my house. That's all hickory hardwood in there. Then these cabinets across the side here, these are for the miscellaneous hand tools, sanders, routers, saws, spray equipment, and what have you. They're fairly well stocked. Open up the door here, and you can see that there's a lot of junk in there, and a lot of it's in cases. That doesn't make for very good storage. Come in here, these are the saws, some miscellaneous stuff, in here. And I don't even remember what's in here. Oh, that's the pieces of the lathe that my uncle had that just needed to be scrapped out. He made it himself, and it was beyond help. So that and some miscellaneous spray gear. This is the area where I store my tables and some of the chairs for my blacksmithing event. I have a side access door here, and it's tied off, as you can see, because last year, or I guess it was 2 years ago now, this door was put in specifically to have a fire exit on this end of the building, and some thieves decided to break in because it's isolated and from the outside you can't see anything, so now it's tied from the inside and you can't get in at all. Around the corner here we have a pipe threader that someday is going to be turned into a cold metal twister. Back under the stairway is a carousel of hardware and miscellaneous stuff. There's some electronic storage gear there. Back in here I do all my own electrical work. This is just kind of where I store stuff, stock it, keep all kinds of junk. I haven't cleaned any of this out, but yeah, I know what it is and I know where it is. Coming around in here is just general storage, miscellaneous stuff. And the back side of that shelf, that's the tent for my event. Those are chairs for my event. Your products of oils and finishes and yeah, all that kind of stuff that you cleaners and stuff you accumulate. In through here is my horizontal mill that I converted to a vertical mill. The machine itself stopped right at the top there where it says C do for. That was the top of the machine. All this aluminum in the front I machined, manufactured it, put it up, and converted this into a vertical Bridgeport mill. So I have a lot more room on that than you normally would have on a Bridgeport. Over here is one of my uncle's stuff. I have a lot of my uncle's equipment. That's an old power hacksaw, very slow by today's standards. In the 50s it worked pretty good, but it's just kept for sentimental reasons. I have a 800-pound scale here. This is for weighing material and stuff like that. When a lot of iron work we sell by the pound because it's just a lot of work. Metal lathe, again, used to be my uncle's, and I've since taken it over and done some modification to it, cleaned it up, but it's there and it works. And turning back around, obligatory toolbox full of machinist tools. A workbench you can't see the top of because I haven't got around to putting away any of the tooling. Over here we have a granite surface plate. This plate has been resurfaced and is good anywhere on the flatness of it to 5/1,000,000ths of an inch, so it's very, very flat. This is a granite 90-degree square. It's very accurate also, so I use it for checking my woodworking tools and metalworking tools and verifying that things are the way that they're supposed to be. Several miscellaneous chucks. These are chucks for metalworking for the lathe. So there's the lathe. We come back over this way. Again, an old uncle's tool, but this was his drill press. Nothing wrong with it, works like a champ. Swing back over this way. This is a Machinist Grinder. On the left there is a green wheel for doing carbide. On the right is a carborundum wheel for doing machine tool stuff. Down here is my Rockler water stones and the Veritas honing jig for the planes and stuff like that. A container to hold the water in for the water stones. Moving over here, these are some buffing wheels, wire wheels. There's an old water sharpening stone, and sitting on top of that is a buffer wire wheel so that you can resurface surfaces of stuff. Coming over this way, then we swing around. Here's a low RPM grinder so that I can do my lathe tools. I have the Wolverine mounting system for the tables and the like. I had to make my own mount here for the Veritas grinding table, which also has the adapter here for doing plane blades and the like. You come straight up, you're 90 degrees, the pin moves over, you're doing 45s, perfect for doing skews. It just indexes right in there. The adapter for doing lathe tools, and the adapter, or the wheel dressing, diamond hone, and then for doing, again, the lathe tools. So that's my grind station. Back over here, this is a Tormek wannabe. It was the low-cost European competitor, and somebody has replaced the wheel with a buffing wheel. So though I only paid $10 for it, I really don't want to spend the money to re-outfit it the way it should be. Coming back over here, some spare grinders and miscellaneous stuff down there. Power bandsaw, horizontal cut bandsaw. This is for cutting rough stock. Even though I have 2,200 square feet in the shop, now that I've added the woodworking tools, that has to be shoehorned in. So I have my stock infeed table, goes through the vise and then snakes just past the grinding wheel. You can see there's the vise, so it just makes it past. So I can get both of those in the same place. I've got shop fan, gets hot here in Riverside, got to have one of those. There's another horizontal cutoff bandsaw somebody gave me. It's actually pretty nice, just needs some new guides and stuff, not a whole lot to it. I'm seriously into coffee, and I've got all kinds of coffee gear back in here, various states of repair, stuff that needs to be worked on. Wife is handicapped. There's her scooter that we use to go back and forth when we go to Disneyland and like that. If I just step back a little bit, this is my rigid Shop-Vac. I've added a dust deputy to it in the back over here, and that empties into that bucket, and then I have a HEPA filter inside the Shop-Vac. It's very quiet, and it does an excellent job of filtering the material. Swinging back, looking in, that's the machine shop back there. There's my tables. These are 3 heaters for my event, and back in there's the cabinets, and we have come full circle back to the stairway. Now this is the moving into the stored woodworking equipment, stuff that's just on wheels so that I can move it. This used to be my uncle's jointer, and there's a 12-inch plane. This is a Craigslist find, very cheap. Didn't spend very much money on it.